Everything today.
Hi!
Hey!
Hello.
Hola! Hey everyone, we're back for another live video. We get so worried that there's going to be no one watching us when we do these lives because it's like Eurovision depression season. But I hope there's someone in. Oh my God, there's people here. So hello to Croatian Euro nerds. Hello to you. We've got Oran, who's saying hello, but you got to go. That's fine. We've got Morton V. Andrew Henderson, Alexander Pagels, hello. All our friends in the live chat, it's lovely. Francesco Marinelli, hello, we'll catch you soon. James Lewis, hello. Guys, first of all, you all look beautiful today. How you all doing? Chris?
I'm doing very well, and the spot's doing very well. Everything's great.
People don't know about that.
They do now.
Guys, we're having spot dilemmas tonight. So I've got my new friend here. We've literally all come out in spots.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let Chris show you his.
I won here because I'm almost on my period, so it's that time of the month when you get all pimpled up.
Oh.
Have you got any
honestly,
spots, Stuart?
I don't know if I've got one. I feel left out. If you see one, write one in the comments because I've come not properly dressed apparently.
Oh, you're so fresh-faced. I should quickly say hello to Mountain Teams. Hello. Oh, you're already jumping in there with your best mate. You're saying Rocco from Croatia. We've got Euro Boy 4. Hello to you. Olympic Song Contest. Hello. Guys, we have to say congratulations to Alexander Pagels, who has just got a job in Tivoli in Denmark.
Oh,
wow. Congratulations.
That is so cool. It's a theme park, right? It's a Luna Park. Nice.
Cool. I used to work at an amusement park.
Did you?
Yeah, it's a tough job, so good luck. But if you enjoy it, that's all that matters.
I've got such a good idea. What about a Eurovision theme park?
Oh, that would be so amazing.
Oh,
I could see the It's a Small World Eurovision version where you're on the boat and you're going through the different countries and they're singing Eurovision classics.
we need to talk about this. And we're still playing our game. Where is Clara? Euroboy's asking where you are, Clara.
Well, I'm in Tallinn, and next week I'll be in Tallinn, but the following week I'll be in Spain, and it will from then till the 7th of August I'm traveling.
Yeah, but no time to come to London.
Yes, I am coming to London.
When?
You're actually driving me to London.
yeah. Sorry, I totally forgot. You are. I'll see you in a few weeks. But anyway, guys, we're here to talk about best male vocal performance at Eurovision this year, 2019. We've all come up with our top threes. I've actually got 10 in my head that I have to whittle down very quickly. But we're going to go through our top threes. It was literally full. I was going to say something really rude then. It was literally full of men this year, Eurovision. Wasn't it? It was just male vocalist after male vocalist after male vocalist.
It was a really great Eurovision to film interviews or actually talk to artists.
Yeah, for you. but so much talent as well. I think that's why we find it really difficult to come up with a top three. And I'm wondering if our top threes are going to be the same or if they're going to be different, because we never share these before, guys, you see. So it's a surprise for us too. But before we go on, we want to know in the comments who your top three would be, or who was your best male vocalist at Eurovision this year. Duncan Lawrence won the whole thing, but did he win your heart? Was he your favourite? Were you a Mahmood fan? Do let us know, even if you're not watching this live. So, Stuart, I'm going to go to you because you're spotless.
All right.
Number three.
So my number three, it definitely won't appear in everyone's top three. Perhaps in this room we could see it, but
it's not Serhat, is it?
What's that?
It's not Serhat.
No.
All right.
But it could be in some people. Serhat could be in some people's top three.
Mine,
Jess, where are you?
Mine is Conan from Portugal.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Probably the pinnacle love it or hate it entry this year, which I think is a really great thing, because the fact that Portugal is coming so often with these daring entries, like this in my opinion is one of the most daring entries that we've seen in a long time. And you can't really overstate how different it is, but when we're talking about the vocals, Conan was singing in this way that, you know, it was a traditional style of singing. And it was just so authentic, because we know that that can sometimes be a gimmick for other Eurovision songs. It's like, you know, oh, we have to, you know, show that we come from this country. So let's, you know, throw it in the mix and see how it goes. Whereas this, I can't really imagine a different way of how they would have sung it and for it to have the same amount of impact. And another thing to mention too is that there were backup vocals with him, but their role was not to give harmonies. It was they kind of gave some accenting sounds to the instrumental parts, and then you just had him carrying us throughout the entire song, from those softer notes at the beginning to that big, you know, at the end. And I loved it so much. I will forever be heartbroken that it didn't make it to the final, but I'm just so happy that we saw something that was this different.
Oh, well, you guys know how much love I had for Conan this year. Clara, I think you were shocked as well that he didn't.
I was so shocked. I thought his art was going to be more understood, but he was clearly ahead of his time.
And Chris, vocally, Conan, because I can't remember if you were a fan of the song. No, you weren't. You didn't really get it.
When it came to Israel, I kind of understood, you know, the artistic side of it and appreciated it more. But I was always on the fence with this one and more leaning towards falling off the fence. It wasn't one of the songs that really kind of appealed to me before or even during the contest. But during the contest, I could see why people did like it. Like, kind of, they saw the artistic element and, you know, the dance. But yeah, it's a shame it didn't qualify for the reasons that you guys have mentioned. But yeah, it wasn't one of the ones that really kind of got my eye pre and during the contest.
Yeah,
again, either love it or hate it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I didn't hate it, I just didn't.
Right. Well, yeah, hate isn't the right word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
It's a Marmite. It's a Marmite. So I don't even know if you guys have Marmite in Canada, like Vegemite.
Well, some people know about it. It is a very classically, it's a thing that's associated with the United Kingdom. So you'll find people who have tried it. Funny enough, I'm still on the fence about Marmite. It's
No.
I don't understand.
No,
I'll eat it, but I'm just not.
Right, beautiful Clara. You're number 3.
My number 3 is Luca Henney. He didn't have the best voice in the contest, but the fact that he was able to do a whole routine during 3 minutes without losing his breath and staying in tune, that speaks a lot of how professional, well-trained, and ready he was for the show. So I don't think there was any other performance that had a dance routine within the male section. So props to him.
His performance was insane as well. I mean, you know, that guy's got so much energy. And I think a lot of people were worried that the vocals were going to suffer because of the dance.
Yes, routine. Exactly. And they didn't.
No, not at all. I think he did a great job. I still think, because did he come 4th?
Yeah, something like
that. Yeah, 4th.
I can't actually remember who came 3rd. Who came 3rd?
Russia.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, Russia. So personally, I would have put Luca Henney one position above. I would have put him above Sergei, who was excellent as well. But, you know, he's got such a huge international career ahead of him, I think, because he's an amazing performer. He wasn't the best vocalist, you're right. But all-round performance, he was definitely one of the best.
But like, imagine like if he was just standing like many of the male guys did, the male performance did, he could like maybe showcase his voice as much as them, but he took a risk and it paid off. So for that, he's my 3rd.
Yeah, and he was also in our best staging.
Yes,
indeed. So Switzerland got it so right. I just hope they get it more right. Next year, maybe we can see a Swiss win. Who knows? Just get him back. Sing the ballads, maybe, or something. I don't know.
Or more a really good, like another poppy song, the actual Next Fuego.
The actual Next Fuego.
We're waiting for it. Not a copy.
No, exactly.
I think a pop song suits him.
I
can't imagine him doing a ballad. I think a pop song would suit him better. He's quite
totally.
He's energetic and stuff, and I can't imagine him standing still on the stage.
I mean, we were all saying that Luca would be this year's Fuego, wasn't it? Because Fuego was kind of,
Yeah.
you know, not so many people were talking about it going into the contest last year, and then as soon as she got on stage, it was like, bam, this is a potential winner. And you know, Toy by Netta has been a huge hit, and I'm going to annoy loads of people by saying I think Fuego was the hit from last year, though.
I agree.
So yeah, great choice with Luca Hannay. Stuart, were you a Luca Hannay fan?
I'm a fan of Luca Hannay. I have to say the song didn't really jive with me, but I think that watching him on the Eurovision stage, it was clear to me that it was going to make it through. He has charisma. His you know, just as Clara said, he was able to sing without, you know, running out of breath and do all those dance moves. So yeah, I mean, definitely deserving to be where he ended.
Yeah.
Right, Chris.
Yeah, I'd agree.
Actually, Chris, I'm just going to interrupt you really quickly because we just have to say hello to Ben Enti, and also Deep as well. Thank you for coming back, Deep. We've also got Serdian in Serbia, who says, "Hey guys." Deep says Fuego should have won last year. Alexander Pagel's Fuego was only just in your top 10 last year. And Deep says Italy came second, not Russia. Oh no, we're talking about who came third, Deep. And Ben Enti's shouting out to Otto from Georgia would be his number 3. And Olympic Song Contest, you like both Marmite and Vegemite. I thought they were the same thing. Maybe
I
not.
think Vegemite is Marmite, but for vegetarians, or like made out of veggies.
Ah, okay. But anyway, Chris.
So my third, well, my third favorite top 3 is Kobe Marimi from Israel this year.
Oh, my Kobe.
It literally one of the songs for the contest that I didn't even consider whatsoever, and then I saw him perform in Amsterdam, the Eurovision concert, and it literally brought a tear to my eye. He was so good, and then when he performed in the press rehearsals that we saw, he was just amazing. He literally brought the house down, and yeah, the voice, you cannot knock the voice. He's got a superb voice, and yeah, I just think he was very underrated this year and should have done better. But for me, he's in my top 3. It's because he's just an amazing singer, and he's got a great personality, and I think he did Israel proud this year.
I agree.
That's why it's so hard to choose 3, isn't it? Because there were so many great vocalists. But we were big Kobe fans.
Yes.
Oh, definitely. And as I said, for me, is the fact that I didn't consider him before the contest, and he was just an average song. But he owned that song, and he owned that stage when he performed on it. And the emotion that came from him was it just transferred to me, because I was ended up kind of bawling in Amsterdam. So I thought it was so good.
Oh, and I remember when we watched his performance, his first rehearsal, and it's literally like the whole place just went quiet. And at the end, there was so much elation because he was crying. Everyone else was crying, but everyone was so happy because of what they'd done with the staging, which I think was really beautiful. But no one can argue with the quality of that man's voice. He got such a powerful, emotional voice, and the loveliest guy to go with it as well. And I was gutted actually that he didn't do as well as I was hoping he would. It's like the home country curse.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think a lot of that had to do with, because we've seen it happen in other cases as well, with Portugal last year, with Austria a few years ago, where it seems like these are, deserving songs, certainly deserving of somewhere higher on the board, but because I guess people are thinking, well, do we really want to come back here next year? We want to go somewhere else? I don't know. But yeah, it seemed to be a factor working against him, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, the song itself, I know we're not talking about songs specifically, but the song itself, maybe was, I don't know if it was modern, but I wouldn't call it dated. It was just like a
ballad.
Yeah,
it was just a ballad. But really gutted for Kobe, but great choice, Chris.
Yes, indeed.
So, it's my turn.
Yes,
it is.
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Can I just be honest? I just kind of decided my top 3 literally before we went live, and I've totally forgotten it. So I've been like frantically looking at my phone to remember who I'd picked. So Clara just keeps singing for like 10
It's your turn. It's your turn.
Oh,
right.
very nice.
I've got it. And I love this guy, but we're talking about vocal performance, and my number 3 has to be Rocco from Croatia, because his voice is amazing. I will still say I think he's one of the best, if not the best singer from the contest this year. Some of the notes he was reaching, I've never heard a duff note come out of that kid's. Well, he's not a kid, he's like 19, 20 something. I've never heard a duff note come out of his mouth. And just love watching him perform. The staging I did enjoy in Tel Aviv. You know, everyone everyone says what they want to say about the song. It wasn't the best song. It was a bit dated, but I think with what they had, he did a fantastic job. And I still say that song should have qualified based on his performance and based on him, because we're huge fans of Rocco.
We are.
And I'll go on.
Go ahead. No, he's in my top 3, but I'm not very. He's not on my 3rd, so we can talk about him later.
Oh, and I just have to quickly call out someone who's literally got the best username in our live chat. It's right. Check out this username. It's RTE's fault, not the people of Ireland.
I agree, because yes.
Oh, I love it. What? Hello to you. I'm going to call you RTE for short. Hello to you. Deep is saying Georgia, Croatia, and Israel, your top 3. James Lewis is saying Rocco should definitely return to Eurovision.
I agree.
Totally.
With the strongest song.
Yeah, I think we could see him back. You know, he's very young. He loved the experience. And yeah, I mean, he must be a huge star in Croatia now after.
Yeah.
Oh, the Croatians love him. The Croatians absolutely love him. And what was nice about him is, even though he didn't qualify, you met him afterwards, and he was so humble and so nice, and just you were saying he just generally enjoyed the experience, and that helps massively, I think.
I would like to see him return with maybe one of his own songs, because I'm curious of how he will develop as a songwriter, because he's very young.
That's exactly what I think too. I think, firstly, to be able to have a presence on the Eurovision stage at that age is great for him. So I think he could really just only go up from here. So yeah, let's see what else he can do.
Yeah, just quick, we've got Serdian is adding Michael into the list. Michael Rice from the UK. Morton agrees with that. We've got some people saying they couldn't believe how Israel did. They think they should have done better. Olympic Song Contest, Vegemite is Australian and a yeast extract. Marmite is also a yeast extract, but from the UK. Thank you very much.
Oh, great.
I'm not confused anymore. Alexander Pagel says Matthias from Hattery would be in your top 3. We're only doing male soloists tonight, so we're not doing anyone from bands. I should have said that at the beginning. RT is saying Rocco should come back in the future. James Lewis agrees. So does Olympic Song Contest. And hello to Gareth Bowen in Wales. Shamai. Gareth Bowen.
In Olympic, yes, Severina should do a return. I would definitely love to see her again. She's the girl in red that sang Moja Stikla. Moja Stikla.
When that comes on in the club, when we're
my God, I know.
And also RT is saying Bilal should be in the top 3. Well, he might be in someone's top 3 tonight. We'll see. But who's next to go? Stuart, have you done your number 2?
I guess, yeah, we could come back to me and I'll read my number 2. Not going to be a big surprise. It's Duncan Lawrence. And what I said in our last group chat when we were talking about staging was that all the Netherlands had to do was bring atmosphere to the stage and let Duncan do his thing. And that's really because he kills it every time. And I also remember how there was a bit of uncertainty to see how he was going to perform live before we had seen it. And then there was the Eurovision in concert show in Amsterdam, and he just blew everyone away. And following that, there was never a weak performance. It was always strong, and he carried that right through to the grand final. And you know what? I'm really happy that he won. And I'm going to be really interested to see what else he releases as a songwriter and vocalist.
Well, someone's actually put a comment on one of our YouTube videos saying that we need to watch a song. I'm going to see if I can find it before the end of this video. I don't know if it's a new song, that he's done. Let me just see. But keep talking, someone.
Yeah, I'm impressed with Duncan Lawrence didn't make it to my top 3 just because he has a very soft voice and there was not many risky notes in his song. But I think he's a really good performer, nevertheless.
No, I do agree.
Duncan Lawrence, I Miss You, apparently. I don't know if that's a new song, if that's one he's released recently, but apparently we need to listen. We need to listen to that. Thank you to Sane Glimmerveen for letting us know about that song. But Chris, Duncan Lawrence, is he in your top 3?
He's not in my top 3, but I can appreciate why he'd be in so many people's top 3. I admired him for the emotion in the song. You could just feel and see, and the times that I saw him live, it was just very interesting just to hear how the audience went completely quiet. Certainly when we were in Amsterdam, the moment when he came on and he sang, that was a very kind of special moment. I found it's just everybody had goosebumps, and it was just electric, the feeling, and just when he performed and the anticipation of him to perform. And yeah, I can understand why he's in people's list, but unfortunately he's not in mine. But yeah, he's an amazing performer and he will do well after Eurovision.
Oh, I remember that moment you're talking about in Amsterdam, at the Amsterdam concert, when he was last to perform and literally the place went deadly silent. And it was that's probably one of my favorite moments actually from Amsterdam in concert, because there was so much anticipation about watching him sing this song live.
Yeah.
And being in Amsterdam surrounded by loads of Dutch people, but then all the other Eurovision fans who like instantly grown to love the song since it was released as well. It was amazing to watch that performed live for the first time. Just as amazing as it was, probably more amazing actually for me than to watch it in Tel Aviv when we got used to the song more and we'd seen it performed a few times. I'm going to be honest, he's not in my top 3, and I have good reason. It's because he's won Eurovision, so he doesn't need to win our best of videos. But an amazing vocalist, and me and Jess actually had a really exciting opportunity. We went and watched him do a special showcase in Tel Aviv, and it was really personal. And he sung, I think, like nine songs. And he is an amazing one. He's an amazing songwriter. 2, he has got an amazing voice. He's just such a talented guy and so humble as well. And that's what I really love about Duncan Lawrence. But he's not in my top 3. So, Chris, who's your number 2?
This is going to be something very interesting compared to what everybody's put. But
I'm just waiting for Serhat.
You can't say Panda, though.
I will say Serhat wouldn't appear in my top. Although I love the song, I can't really rate him vocally because he wasn't the best in my opinion. However, I'm going to say Mickey and Lavender.
Ooh!
It was just one of those, that you can sing, but it was just one of those songs that just took the roof off in Tel Aviv and took the roof off in Madrid when we were there. It's just such a fun. He's a fun song, and like Clara mentioned with Luca Hani, he had it all there. He's got he's very charismatic, and he literally pulled it off when it came in Tel Aviv. I love the song, and it's one of the songs I listen to a lot, and that's why he's made my list. It just makes me smile every time I hear it.
Did you hear his second single? It came out, I think, this week.
I haven't. No, I haven't heard it.
You would like it, I think. It's on the same style as Lavenda, like the original before the revamp.
That'll be my number 1 position. I will if I quickly hear it. So it just had to make my list. I love Lavender. Absolutely love it. And Mickey as well. Andy's interviewed him, and everybody's met him, and they went to like London and Amsterdam. And he's such a nice, humble guy. He's just one of really approachable, and that's what you like as well.
Well, James Lewis is saying he loves Mickey's new song, Celebrate.
Celebrate.
So we need to.
Celebrate.
In Espanol.
It's in Spanish.
Okay. You know what? To me, it just says celebrate. Oh dear. Oh, I really need to sleep, guys. Celebrate. And also loads of people are saying about I Miss You by Duncan Lawrence. So we really need to check out that song. What do you think of that choice, Stuart?
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, it's hard to even think about what would make him not deserving of being in any of our top 3s. It was an energetic performance. He closed the show. As Chris said, he took the roof off. So yeah, totally.
But isn't it nice to see a very typical Spanish sounding song at Eurovision? When
Oh,
you think
yes.
Spain at last we had one of those songs this year.
Yeah, he's not in my top three. Clara, I'm going to hazard a guess he's not in yours either.
No, I mean, it's enough that I like Spain this year. I don't have to put it in my top anything.
Well, who's your number two then, Clara? Who's your second?
Otto from Georgia, because he has such a charismatic voice and so much personality in his voice that he doesn't have to do anything special. Like, he doesn't actually need any effect. He has such a wonderful, special, smoky voice that, yes.
He's my number two as well, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, he was amazing. I loved the song ever since I heard it for the first time, and so many people disliked it. And what I really loved about Georgia, yes, they didn't qualify. I think he should have done, and I thought they were going to qualify, actually. But what I love about Georgia this year is that they proved a lot of people wrong. So people weren't giving him a chance, and he didn't qualify, but people stood up and listened to the song when they saw the epic performance, when they heard his live vocal. It changed a lot of people's opinion. So for me, it was always a great song. For a lot of people, it became a great song. So great job, Georgia, this year. It's not always about winning and qualifying. It's about representing your country in the best way, and demonstrating your amazing talent. And no one did that more than Otto this year. So yeah, he's my number two too.
Amen.
Well said. Yeah.
So who's not done a number? Who's not done a number two?
We've all given our number twos.
Have we all done number twos? Oh, it's an exciting time. But let's quickly. Ben Enty is saying Rocco is his number two. A lot of people saying Rocco.
Yeah.
So he made an impression. Morton says, I wasn't a fan of Georgia's song at first, but wow, that performance drew me in. Olympic Song Contest. Oh, why are you doing this to me? Lubenica Kasnie. I hope that wasn't rude. If that was rude, I'm really sorry, guys. And Alexander Brito is in the house as well. So hello, Alexandra.
Hello.
I never know how to say your name properly. I'm going to say Alexandra. Let us know who your favourite male performances were at Eurovision this year. That's what we're talking about. But who's going to go first with their number one?
You are the one. You're my number.
Shall I do mine?
Yes.
All right. So I've loved this guy ever since I saw him in Kiev at Eurovision. He makes me emotional every time I watch him perform. There's something about him, the way he sings, his voice, his aura. And it has to be Papo Yotsi or Yotsi Papoy, depending on which way around you say it. He's an outstanding talent. And what I love about him most and about his performances is that there's no one there when he's singing. And I actually said this to him in person. When you sing, it's like there's no one else in the arena or in the room. You're literally feeling everything that you're singing, and that's what's coming out of your mouth. And it was it's a special song for him again this year, because it was kind of about his dad and about fathers, and it takes me to another world whenever I watch him perform. So it's been really difficult for me because so many singers. I loved Mahmoud. You know how much I loved Mahmoud from Italy. I loved Kobe. But for me, it's not just about the song. It's about how a vocalist makes you feel when they're singing. And Papo Yotzi does something else for me.
And when you said that to him, he got a really big smile.
Oh,
I was in the room.
I have to say he's such a nice guy, and we had a really special moment watching him do like a little acoustic jam with us and maybe like 15, 20 other Hungarians, and it was just amazing. It was just so much fun, and people see him kind of on stage and they'll probably make assumptions about him, and he's not that person. In real life, he's fun. He knows how to have a good time, to have a laugh. So, I don't know if anyone's got anything else they want to say about him, but it better be good.
I'm really happy that you chose him as your number one, because I had such a hard time, and it came down to either him or Conan. So I'm just glad that somebody mentioned him, because it's definitely worth mentioning. And yeah, I feel the exact same way. Watching that semifinal performance, I was completely drawn into his singing, and it was a real shame that he didn't move on.
Yeah, he was amazing. I would, I don't think he's ever going to come back, but I would still love to see him back, and I'd love to go to Hungary and watch him perform. And I've actually been listening to his stuff on YouTube as well. So if you haven't listened to any of his stuff that's non-Eurovision, you have to go and check it out.
Yeah. And his performances, to be fair, every time, from his first Eurovision performance to, his last, is magical, in my opinion. I personally preferred this year's entry, and I just thought even he was well staged, and he wasn't over the top. And as you said, Andy, when he sings, it's just, as you said, it just seems like there's nobody else that he's singing like to his father, or it's just such a magical performer. And the moment you spoke of in the Hungarian party, that was again another magical moment, because there wasn't many there, and he just jammed, and he was just so nice. It was to me, it felt like a perfect moment that evening. It was just smiles all around, and he's a lovely bloke, and it is a shame he didn't qualify, and I'm happy you've mentioned him.
God, do you know, I'm actually getting emotional now thinking about. Anyway, so who's next with their number one?
I can go next.
Go.
No surprise there. My number one is Rocco, because hello, what can we say that we haven't said already? His vocals were amazing. His song had a lot of risky notes, and he hit them perfectly. One of the reasons why I didn't put Sergei Lazarev from Russia in my top 3 is because there's a particular note that's on the recorded studio version that he tries to hit every time, and he doesn't get it. So you should know, as a mature performer, where your range is or what can you hit, and Rocco knows his vocal range and what he can do. So for someone so young, being able to have such a good control, better maybe than Sergei Lazarev, that is a very revealing thing.
I know that note really bugged you in Tel Aviv.
Oh my God. It was so annoying. It's like, you can't do it.
All I ever heard about was that note.
Yes, like, you can't hit that note. Why do you still try to make it? Like, maybe change. It's just one note in the whole song. Maybe change it. It's not going to be the overall song is not going to change.
You were just waiting for that whole note all along. You didn't hear anything else. It was just that note. Because he can hit it. He's going to. No, he didn't.
No, but again and again and again, he wouldn't hit it.
Who did you choose? You didn't choose Sergei Lazarev. Who did you choose? Sorry.
Rocco.
Oh, Rocco. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad that he's. Has anyone else chosen Rocco as a number one?
Nope.
I was going to add my list, but then I changed it last minute.
He's such a star. Can't wait to see him again. Great choice, Clara.
Definitely.
And he always gets 10 extra points because he had gold wings.
Yes. I want those wings. Imagine if we all went outside on the street with the golden wings. I'd love that.
But you know what I loved about him is he was always on theme with the song. He was always in white.
Yeah.
He always had wings somewhere. On the orange carpet, he had this white jacket on, and he had these 2 gold wings printed on the back. And he was, Rocco is the kind of guy that you want to have in your life, just because he's so nice and positive.
Yeah.
And he mums would love him. If you were his girlfriend, his girlfriend's mum would probably like him more than their daughter. He's just everyone would love him. He's such a nice, polite young man. Croatia should be proud to have him.
And I just love how we said Croatia. I love how we said Croatia.
Oh, go on, do it.
I called it Croatia. Something that's I just loved it every time you interviewed him when he said Croatia. It just made me giggle.
But he's so proud, and he talks so highly of his country and how beautiful it is. So I think he's from Split or somewhere like that, which is a beautiful city. So beautiful Rocco from beautiful Split. But yeah, great choice. So who's going next? Stuart?
Sure. My number one, without a doubt, is Mahmoud.
Nice.
Oh, I'm so happy you chose him because he wasn't.
Well, I know he came second, and I know that like there's no shortage of good things coming his way because his career was already off to a pretty good start before Eurovision. But I just feel like it has to be said because all you need to say is emotion. The emotion of that performance was so strong, and it doesn't matter whether or not you speak Italian or not. I don't, but I still got it. And man, it was just so impactful. I mean, it was a great song to begin with, one of my favorites in the entire competition. And yeah, I mean, easily my number one, easily.
You got good taste, Stuart. I like it.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that you put Mahmoud on your top one because I didn't put him in my top three because he was like rapping and there was not much difficulty vocal in the song. There was a difficulty in expressing and transmitting the message, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. I mean, I can't speak too much towards the technical aspect of it, but I think certainly there you must have a certain level of range in order to get up to some level. It might not have been, maybe it's not quite what Kate Miller-Heidke was doing, but it definitely wasn't in the lower part of lower end of difficult songs to sing. And yeah, I think also too he was able to step it up from the studio version. The studio version, I love just as much, but he just took it to another level when you think that you can't go higher.
Yeah, I'm really happy that you put him in your you put him at number one because I didn't like I love Mahmoud, I love his voice, and he's got a very unique, a very current voice. He's a very talented songwriter and musician, and it's very hard to choose a top three. And the fact now that I haven't got him in my top three, I feel like I'm having an affair. But
he invited you to go out on a date. What is this? He almost invited you to go out for carbonara pasta. Right?
I know, but I don't kiss and tell. But I have to say that it's without doubt probably like my first, second, or third-ish favorite from this year. Definitely one of my favorites. Definitely the song that I've listened to the most this year. So great choice, Stuart. Stuart, you're making me love you more and more each time I see you. But
love is mutual.
Who's left?
Chris.
So
let's just start saying no.
I can promise no so happy. I'm going to say John Lundvik, Sweden, Too Late for Love. It was just such a good song, and before going into the contest, I liked the song anyway. But just then, when he performed in Tel Aviv, he just brought it all. He was fantastic. It was, and I remember during the first rehearsals and the second rehearsals, I think you got emotional, Andy, and a few of us said, possibly another winner again because it was so good. And there is never no doubt to John's vocals. He can hit those notes. He can sing really well. And he had the mamas behind him as well. It was just, perfect. And you can't expect anything less from Sweden. They seem to bring it every year. They did it this year.
It's like when you listen to him sing live, it's like listening to the record.
Yes.
Yeah. Record. I've just turned into my mum. The record. The studio version of the song. And yeah, why wasn't he in my top three actually? Because I love that song. He's another amazing vocalist, but it's so hard to choose top three.
Isn't he in your feel good playlist?
I do have a feel good playlist. Can I tell them what it was for?
If you want to.
All right. So I've spoken about my fear of flying before. And one of the tricks I had, I thought if I'm going to be on a plane, like having the worst experience of my life, like as scared as I've ever been, I thought I want a playlist of happy songs. And I actually did a playlist that was just called Happy Songs, and on it was John Lundvik. And Jess was listening to it all the way back from Tel Aviv, wasn't she, on her phone as well. So it was on my Happy Songs playlist. But great choice, Chris.
Yes. I was actually driving through Iceland 2 weeks ago, and the song came on the radio. So it's on the Icelandic radios, and I got really, really happy. I was like, "Oh, this is Eurovision! Nice on the Icelandic radio."
But you can't listen to that song and not feel good.
I know.
Isn't it? It's just such a feel good. It's such a feel good song.
Yeah.
I don't even know if like the song, if you listen to the lyrics, is it about like good stuff? Is it too late for love?
No, like the lyrics are very.
But is it too late for love, though?
It's.
Is it?
No.
I want to know.
Yeah.
Oh my God! All of these lyrics coming back at me. Poof, 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 poof.
But there's so many good vocalists that we still haven't spoken about. So I think we'll do shout outs to them shortly, if we can remember who they are. But let's just quickly say hello to Emond. Hello to Emond. Thank you for joining us. You're late tonight, Emond. Where have you been?
But you're not late for love.
You're not too late. But we've been speaking about our favourite male vocal performances at Eurovision. So let us know. James Charles says Italy should have won Eurovision. And there's a few people talking about hosting. Who's going to host if Amsterdam? And Euroboy4 is asking us, actually, what do we think? Who's going to be hosting? So I've said all the way through that I think it'll be Rotterdam, even when Amsterdam was in the running.
I'd like Rotterdam. I've never been there.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be cheaper than Amsterdam for sure, hopefully.
Yeah, I've never been to Rotterdam either. I think it's like a student city, so.
Oh yes, it is. I have some friends studying there. Oh.
Hopefully lots of cheap places to go out, because we always have loads of free time when we're at Eurovision.
Oh yeah.
And then some people saying Arnhem.
Mm-hmm.
Ben Enty, you're saying Michael Rice would be your number one. James Lewis, I think agrees with you. Chris John Lundvik. And Olympic Song Contest. This is for you, Chris. Will you and Jess be in Gliwice?
Well, yeah, it looks like me, Jess, Clara, and yourself, I believe. So it's going to be 4 of us.
Maybe there'll be more of us there.
Surprise!
I don't know if I'll be there for like the whole thing, but I'll definitely be there. Mountain teams, who I think I didn't say earlier, is also from Croatia. Where in Croatia are you from? Says thank you, Clara. Love from Croatia. I think that's for putting Rocco as your number one.
Aww.
Alexander Pagels. Oh, you're going to Eurovision next year. Can't wait for Euro Club.
We can't either.
Yeah.
If you see us, come say hi.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what? It's been so nice during this Eurovision season to meet some of you that have been watching us on YouTube and reading our articles and interacting with us on Twitter. It's like a bit strange because it's like going on a blind date sometimes where you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But thank you to everyone that has come up and said hello, because we've really, it's probably been one of the highlights of my season, apart from Yonida and Mahmood, is meeting people that are watching us and talking to us in these live chats. So we hope to see more of you over.
Yeah, we're super normal in real life. What you see is what you get. So don't be shy. Come say hi.
Yeah. Yeah, even if we have spots.
We might pass you the spots.
But let's talk Michael Rice. There's a couple of people have mentioned Michael Rice, and I think probably he's been a bit overlooked by me, especially tonight, because he is a fantastic vocalist. Did a great job at Eurovision. Just let down maybe by the staging, which wasn't wow enough.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, I know this is an unpopular opinion amongst the British, but I didn't like his song so much. I thought he was a wonderful vocalist. I just thought that the song didn't make justice to him as a performer.
Yeah, is that an unpopular opinion?
I don't think we can hate you for that. I think that's probably.
Jess loved the song. Jess was rooting for the UK.
Oh, well, Jess also loved Serhat.
But I love Serhat too, I have to say.
And we love Jess.
And we love Jess.
We miss you tonight, Jess.
She's in choir, I think.
Huh?
I think she has choir practice.
So Michael was definitely an amazing vocalist, and another male vocalist with a huge following was Bilal from France.
Oh yes.
With wow staging, and I know that you loved the staging of France.
I love the staging of France. I can now watch it without crying and talk about it without crying, because for me there was this moment where the plus size dancer is introduced, and she's introduced in such a beautiful way that it's honoring all of her these people usually come with rejection from society. They get a lot of discrimination, and I know this because I have a lot of friends that are plus size. So it was a beautiful moment of honoring these people that I think if my friends would have seen this performance while they were growing up, they would not have gone through so much suffering, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me really cry my eyes out. And
yes, I remember you were very emotional when you first saw it.
yes.
God, I was really worried about you.
I know, like I was supposed to be in the France reaction video, but I couldn't because I couldn't stop crying. Because it really touched on my home field, because there's a lot of eating disorders in like my environment and my area. So I've never suffered one, but like I know a lot of people that have. So it was like, wow.
And isn't it amazing when a song like touches someone in that way?
Yes.
But vocally, you know, like I would never say Bilal is the best vocalist.
He can carry a tune very well, but I think Eurovision was a really big stretch. Like he had to face himself against performers as Sergei Lazarev, which have been doing for years and have a really good vocal range, except for that high note. But yeah.
Does Clara not like a high note in Sergei Lazarev's song?
She likes the high note to be hit.
I like that. Exactly.
Stuart, who else? Like, who have we forgotten? Because there's like another like 115 other vocalists from Eurovision.
There are a lot. I hope that nothing screws up when can you guys still see and hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we talked about Mahmoud, Duncan, Conan, Yossi Papai, Sergey, John. We haven't talked about Yuri.
Oh, Yuri Veklenko.
Oh, I think we'll let Clara talk about Yuri.
I can't talk about his vocals, but I can talk about the rest. No, like I guess he is good. He can carry a tune. I think he has a good falsetto, and I really like looking at him while he sings.
He's all man.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of man there, and he's well built. Everything is in the right place, shall we say?
What about Victor Krohn? Because he had a good song and like he had some challenging notes.
Yes.
I was just thinking that since you were talking about Sergei's notes, because Victor Krohn, he kind of admitted that his singing wasn't all the way there in the semifinal. You saw it in his face, and then he actually said, "Oh, I'm hoping to do better in the final." But at the same time, I kind of want to recognize that he came to the contest with something that was so challenging. Right? So it really is a bit of a balancing act, right? Where you want to make sure that you're doing it all technically, but at the same time, you don't want to play it too safe. And you can't say that the song that he was playing, I mean, compositionally, maybe it was a bit safe, but his vocals were like, it was a challenge every time. He was in it to go the full 100 meters. I'm trying to put in a saying here and I'm blanking, but anyway, like definitely props to Victor Krohn.
He did the pre-parties I found. When I heard of the pre-parties, he was like, this is a definite qualifier. It was just a lot better than I expected. And then when it came to the semi-final and rehearsals, it just kind of, there was something missing, but thankfully the final, he kind of clawed it back again. But yeah, the pre-parties, he did absolutely amazing at, and definite qualifier listening to his performances then.
And if there were points for being just like one of the most polite and all-round nice guys,
he was,
Eurovision, and someone that was like genuinely interested in you as a person,
yes,
he would definitely have been like top 3 on the night. So yeah, really liked him. What about Chingiz, guys? Because we haven't mentioned Chingiz. I'm wondering whether maybe we should have done.
I think you just expect Azerbaijan to just be good, like perfect. So he hit that perfection. So it wasn't relevant because we expected it. So it's a good thing in a way.
He's I love the staging of Truth this year, but I have to just point out my favorite part of the song was when I don't know if you call it a middle 8, like the bit that after the answers, and then there's like a bit different bit.
Yeah, I think it's called a bridge.
Goes out himself, and he's doing like like a really kind of like ethnic like that, and I love listening. I literally just watch that on YouTube, and I just keep going to that part. I keep like rewind. I love that part so much, and every time I heard that, because I'm not really sure whether I actually watched his rehearsals that much in Tel Aviv, because I was always somewhere else doing something different. But every time I heard it, I'm quickly like trying to find a screen just so I can watch him sing. So yeah, he's a great vocalist. A lot smaller in real life than I expected.
Yeah, he's really short.
Yeah, but very handsome.
He is, but he doesn't speak English that well, so that's a shame.
No. Alexander Pagels, Andy, do that long note. Oh no, I can't.
Oh, please do.
We want to gain viewers, not lose them, Alexander.
I mean, it can be as hard as Katerina Dushka's high note, and you nailed that.
Ooh. You still do it.
I'm tired. I've got a husky voice today. It's not going to happen.
Oh, you have a husky voice, so you can do the Otto.
Who else have we got, Stuart?
Elliot.
Oh yes.
Oh, he was so cute and nice. It was just a shame that his vocals were not so on point. I think he was very nervous, but I think he's a very charismatic performer. He has the X factor. Like, you can't stop looking at him and like expect that he will come for more. So I think he's gonna have a great career in Belgium.
I agree.
But vocal, like I don't know if I'd put him in like my top vocal performance at Eurovision, but you know, a song that for me was maybe more of a studio song than a live song. But you know, big fan of Elliot, really nice guy. Sometimes I think he couldn't believe that he was actually there.
Yes.
If that makes any sense. So who else?
If Jess should be saying San Marino.
All right, go on, Clara and Chris. Over to you for that one.
Go, Chris. Take it away.
Oh, you know, Daddy Cool, King Stuart. You can. He was just more for who he was, the personality, and that big, husky, deep voice of his was just really kind of great. But yeah, it would. I can't imagine making any of our top three because vocally he wasn't the best, but it was just generally a fun song. And I know if Jess was here, she would have chosen it as her number one.
Yeah, and that would have been the last time you ever saw Jess on one of our live videos. But yeah, it is Clara remembering its best male vocal performance. Talk about Serhat.
But yeah, he's like, people love him. He's a Eurovision legend. So what else can we say? He has a very interesting voice. Actually, it's very pleasant to listen to.
And he's a lovely person. You know, when Jess interviewed him, he was just amazing to see him interview and interact with you guys, because he was just so lovely, and he really enjoyed being there. And it was nice that San Marino qualified for a second time at long last. It was lovely to see.
They did really well considering San Marino.
The best result as well, which is great. So
yes.
We were a bit worried when Clara and Jess went to interview Serhat that they were never going to come back.
I can be kidnapped by Serhat anytime.
When we say like they're big Serhat fans, they're huge Serhat fans. There's something about Serhat that a lot of girls and guys actually just go crazy.
Charmer.
Don't get it myself, but I will say that he smells amazing.
Yes,
he smells amazing.
Yeah.
And he has a good dress sense.
He's the best smelling man at Eurovision this year, or like it's like the strongest. It's like he's like the male Unida in the world of perfumes.
I have to say, I would love to see him come and host, if not Eurovision, then something Eurovision related, because I think that he does host programs in Turkey.
Yes, he's done some game shows and stuff. So it's
He wants to come back as a composer. He said he was not going to come back as a singer anymore, but like as a composer or producer, he was really open to it.
He's definitely a great entertainer. I think that is clear. Even if he wasn't hitting all the notes all the time, he was still entertaining, which is what.
But I didn't care. I wasn't there for the notes.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys are all saying that he's a great performer, great entertainer, and he smells good. Is all I'm going to say. That's. But yeah, no, I really liked him. He's a nice guy. He kind of lives in his own world, I think. But yeah, a lot of fun. Is that all of them? Is that all of the blokes from Eurovision?
I'm going through the countries.
Yeah, unless I missed one, I think, yeah, because I counted 18, and I have 18 here.
Okay, well, we've done it all. So that's all of them. But you've heard our top three, guys. Do you agree? Let us know your top threes in the comments. We love reading your comments. We can't reply to everyone, so apologies. But that's why we love catching up with you guys in these live videos. Mountain Teams is saying Bilal as well. And Serdian is saying San Marino is a country of Eurovision legends.
It is.
Yeah, because Serhat is from Turkey.
I just thought of something.
What?
Should we be counting Finland in this? Because technically it was Darude featuring
Sebastian Reimann.
But he was singing by himself, right?
Yeah, go for it.
We can talk about Sebastian Reimann like hello. We can definitely talk about him.
It sounds like you want to talk about him.
I think it was my Eurovision crush this year, like putting Serhat apart because, Serhat is there for a different reason, but him with Yuri Beklenko. Yeah, oof.
Yeah, do you know, I think we can do like a whole separate video on like men that Clara found attractive this year.
That is really bad. I fall in love every 2 steps in Eurovision and actually in everyday life. I find a lot of people attractive.
There is nothing wrong with that. But Sebastian didn't hit it vocally for me.
No. That's why we should not mention him in this video, but in the one about people that are attractive.
But guys, it's been a lot of fun as always. But that's what we think. Keep letting us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to the Eurovoxx channel. Get all your friends to subscribe as well. We really want to boost our subscribers. Give the video a like. What else should people do? Go to Facebook and give us a like there. Tweet us on Twitter and find us on Instagram.
Yes.
Otherwise, 1 kiss, 2 kiss, 3 kiss, and 1 for myself. Guys, we will see you soon. We love you all. Mwah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.